anything else.
Yep. What is your opinion of Bob Lazar? Do you find him credible?
Yes, Bob Lazar is the real deal. He took bashing he did not deserve. In 1990 Memorial Day weekend, Bob Lazar, who I had met through John Lear and some others back in 1988 to 89, when he was actually in the throes of getting this opportunity to go out to EG&G and to see some real craft at Area 51 and to work on something having to do with a propulsion system. When it got to the spring of 1990, Bob Lazar and John Lear and Bill Hamilton and others of us were talking about getting together to do something in that Las Vegas region. And Bob invited me to come and visit him on the Memorial Day weekend. And that is when I heard his heartfelt description of his growing up. He was adopted. He was bright, but his family didn't have money to send him to college. He had students that were going to MIT and Harvard. He told me that he never claimed that he got a degree, but that he did go up and sit in on some of the classes of his friends at MIT, and that he had a deep interest in all things electrical, and that eventually this path of learning something by going to where his friends were in school and then ending up making choices where he could put himself in a position to do electronics work, and that he did end up working at Los Alamos, where he met Edward Teller and told me that he told Edward Teller, I hear and understand that we're working on UFOs underground at a place called Area 51 in Nevada. I would like to be able to do that work. Can you help me? And that was Bob's description, and that that led to, now what Bob Lazar told me going back to 1990 was that he was only officially out at where the craft were underground at in the S4 Papoose Mountain area only 3 times. I remember specifically because it was only a few, and the division might have been official, and that he did have check stubs that came through the Department of Navy for those times that he was there. It would be like the way he put it, that he was a short-term consultant with EG&G, and that it was arranged by Edward Teller. And Bob, by personality, was then and is today. He is a person who is not going to take a 6-inch fish and turn it into a 6-foot marlin. He's not like that. And therefore, I found that his discussions with me about what he had seen and experienced seemed genuinely credible and lived by him. And it was Bob Lazar who told me that one of the books that he had handled, apparently put down in front of him at the McCarran airport so that he could fly in the plane to get out to Area 51. He said that it was the most amazing book, that you'd be holding it with the left hand on a spine, and the front cover would say Sol 3, SOL 3, third planet from the sun, Earth. Then you would turn the book upside down and change so that the spine would be on the right hand. And then when you open the book, it would be completely oriented in a different way, and it was called Reticuli 4. And he told me it was the 4th planet in one of the 2 solar systems in the binary Zeta Reticuli 1 and 2 system, that Reticula 4 is where the beings that created this book and were involved with Area 51 and the Earth came from. And he said the amazing thing was, when you were in the Reticulin 4, you would move a page somehow or move your hands, and holograms would come right up from the pages. And that he spent the time lifting up the page, trying to understand how something that would come up several inches in the air could be on what looked like a flat page. I've never forgotten him talking to me about his experience with this odd book that was about the Earth in one direction and spine, and was about the Zeta Reticulin 4 species if the book is turned upside down and the spine was put in the hand. And I think that Bob Lazar tried very hard with his video and interviews with George Knapp. He tried to explain what he had been exposed to, but the world back then was even more harsh. And when the government put out this basically a phony claim that he was working in a house of prostitution, when the truth was he was doing the computer tech work for a house of prostitution in a county in Nevada where it was legal. And all of that, as Bob said to me, they wanted to hurt me. They wanted to destroy my credibility. They wanted to destroy my reputation. And they came at me with the prostitution charge. And he said, that's why I have chosen to continue to do research and do my own work. But that really, it all hurt him. But today, I think he is fine, except we are the losers, because he doesn't want to interact with the public. But Bob Lazar learned a tremendous amount of valuable information, and it is sad that the government hurt him, his family, so badly that he basically separated himself from public life.